very good evening. My name is Benjamin JUMBE and I'm here at the Ministry of Internal Affairs engaging the ministry spokesperson, Mr. Simon Peter Mundeyi. In March this year, 2023, that is ending, you introduced the polycarbonate passports. Talk to us about this process and how many you've so far produced this year.
We had to roll out our long-awaited for passport, and this is the polycarbonate passport. Then, of course, the biodata page had to change from merely paper-based, like it was, to something like plastic. This is what we refer to as polycarbonate. Because when you look at this, it has more security features, UV lighting can reveal so many features in this one.
How many have you produced this particular year?
We have produced 323,000 passports ever since we started rolling out this new polycarbonate passport. And of course, this does not also take into account the number of clients who came here to enroll. We have people who came here to enroll, but some of their passports have not been up to now issued. Those people, first of all, they could not give sufficient details about the application. And those are over 5,000, which are stuck in the system.
Talking about the 323,000 that have been produced this year, how many of these do you still have that are uncollected?
40,000 passports are actually lying in Chambogo. Over 40,000 passports. And of course, this is challenging in terms of storage space. We do not have enough storage space because remember, every day we keep producing passports. So if people are not picking what we produce, where shall we get extra space to keep these passports?
Some time ago, we used to have cases where non-Ugandans were accessing our passports, like from Nigeria and DRC. What is the current state? How do these people access our passports?
The old style of passports, this type of passport, someone would process a passport even without sometimes appearing here. This new regime of passports cannot be processed when you have not appeared in person. For one, you must put fingerprint. The system must accept fingerprints. So you have got to come here, you have got to be interviewed, you have got to be taken through all the passport process. It is the reason why you see so many deferred cases of amounting to 5,000, because it is so strict that you cannot be able to process a passport now and going forward for a person who is not a Ugandan. Giving passport to a non-Ugandan now is a thing of the past, and it can never happen.
We've seen the ministry going ahead to launch other centers outside Uganda. This particular year, how many have you launched?
We had to start with the UK. We opened in Washington, D.C. for people living in the US and other states surrounding there. We opened one in Ottawa. We opened one in Abu Dhabi. We had one in Copenhagen, Denmark, Pretoria, and recently we opened one in Beijing, China. People who are living in the places where we don't have passport centers, we advise them to, first of all, approach our embassies in the process of applying for a passport. You approach the embassy for the embassy to identify you as a Ugandan and write you a letter. And then you use that letter in applying for a passport. Once you apply, pay, you enclose everything in an envelope and send it to Kampala.
And maybe just finally, over the years we've seen the ministry deporting a number of non-Ugandans who access the country or who are staying in the country legally. In the year 2023, how many deportations did you register and from which particular countries?
Some of them are ordered by courts of law, others are ordered by the Minister of Internal Affairs. In 2023 alone, we have had over 100 cases of such people deported out of Uganda. Then we have had over 325 removals. These are organized, we call them organized departure. We organize for your departure. We say, well, we got you here without a work permit and we found you working. Sometimes we put on a human face and say, okay, we have gotten you in some place working, but can you please process for a facility, and you remain there. Some people are able to remain here and process these facilities. So those ones will be removed, and when they go out, they can reorganize themselves and be able to return in the country.
That has been the spokesperson of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Mr. Simon Peter Mundeyi, here at the Ministry of Internal Affairs headquarters. I am Benjamin JUMBE.